This morning, the finish line of the New York City Marathon in Central Park was briefly evacuated after police found a suspicious device which turned out to be a fake. It was under a table at West 68th Street and West Drive around 9:30 in the morning. Now investigators are trying to figure out who put it there and if it was put there intentionally.
Meanwhile, the marathon's opening ceremonies were held today.
Yeah, it's a race, as we know, like no other. Thousands of runners will make their way through the 26.2 miles through the streets of every borough. John Diaz has more.
Determination meets adrenaline in Central Park as runners prepare for the TCS New York City Marathon. Weeks of training has come down to this weekend.
How has the training been?
It's been good. You know, you've got to keep at it. With a busy job, it's tough, but I think you've just got to be focused.
Ahead of the race, event organizers and runners met at the finish line Friday for the traditional opening ceremony.
Over 50,000 athletes will be making their way here come Sunday. We cannot wait to see them.
Many coming from around the world, like this woman from France.
Running a marathon is a dream.
The fantasy becoming a reality for these best friends from Peru as well.
They say this is the most beautiful marathon in the world.
Most runners share the same strength and willpower to finish, but some, like JC Burns of Portland, Oregon, feel like they have more to prove.
This is my comeback run. I was in the hospital for almost 8 days with blood clot, and I've been working hard to get to this point.
Burns was in a bad accident that left her with 6 broken bones.
I want people to know that even when you're down, even when you're having a hard time, give yourself a goal, and step by step, you can do it.
And Zach Friedley, who is used to climbing mountains, will be racing with his guide runner during his first road marathon. He was born with just one leg and is running to raise awareness for athletes with disabilities.
We're just athletes like everybody else. Yeah, and we can race.
The marathon kicks off this Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning over on Staten Island. Runners will make their way through all 5 boroughs. From Central Park, John Diaz, CBS News, New York.
And to see a map of the race course as well as a list of the street closures and the best places to watch, we have that on our website, cbsnewyork.com. Always tricky to find the best place to watch.
And you have run the marathon. You know what it's all about.
Yeah, and I'm going to go Sunday. The tricky part for Lonnie, though, is, where do you stand? Because if you go in the shade, sometimes it gets chilly. Then you go in the sun, and it's warm. It's not that time of year. It's very tricky. So.